Hello, welcome back to LIVENODING. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to create this type of procedural animations using Procedural nodes, and we can actually bake it as Alembic, and we can offset it. Okay, so let's get started. So it's pretty simple, but there's a little trick that you need to do a little bit later. So I'm going to show you. So we're going to create a grid, polygon grid. It's very easy and basic. And we're just gonna plug this into mesh viewer, and we will extrude it separately. 1, 2, 3. Tap V. Now it's connected. We have the height and the scale. It's upside down now because the way it's being generated. So we're just gonna rotate it. Rotating the x-axis. So now you can control the height, we can control the scale, we can randomize the scale. For now, I just keep the scale the same, and the height maybe slightly different. You can use random number for the height, but I will be using noise, vector noise. Actually, noise, maybe noise displays. Oh no, that's correct. So we're gonna use the center of each hexagon, and we will generate noise and plug this into the height. So now we have different size of this hexagon extrusion, but we are not done yet. So we want to map the range and control the height, and then we're gonna use add to move our nodes. Okay, so vector in and frame, so probably too fast. So I'm gonna multiply this 0.1. So now we have these animations, and we can bake this very quickly using Alembic. So let's save this as hexagon anim. Okay, so the secret here, if you just go file export Alembic, it's not gonna work. The trick here is to use displacement and then make the strength 0. So this will force Blender to think, okay, there's an animations going on. So just export it as Alembic. Keep everything the same. Export the animations. So it's gonna export all 250 frames. And now that we're done, we can import the Alembic animations from the desktop. And we should have the same animation. So this one is generated using Spectral. This one is normal Alembic. I can always create like a different variations of this guy with random seed and then bake it all, or we can just duplicate this guy and then offset it slightly. However, this is like a multiple user. I'm gonna make it single user, so I could have multiple of these objects, and you can duplicate it. So now you can have an array of this guy. Right, so yeah, so that's the basic idea using Alembic. Maybe in the future we can try using Alembic with geometry modifier. It's not here yet. This is Blender 2.90. I need to use Blender 2.92, and we're gonna try to use Alembic to generate real objects from the instance. maybe with animations as well. So yeah, I think this animation trick is kind of fun to do. You can try, okay, instead of using polygon grid, so okay, what's your polygon grid is not so interesting, so you can use icosphere and plug this into dual mesh, for example. Plug this all into this guy, and we have these different animations, and then we can export this out as well. Okay, so yeah, hopefully you find this interesting and useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.